Coming up, a cool end to our August, but we do have a week of this month left for it to redeem itself. Sounds like it's going to stay cooler and fairly wet, at least for the next few days, but Jan will let us know. But first, here's a look at your North Platte weather.
With a forecast you can trust, here's meteorologist Ryherd.
Well, so far a dry yet cloudy day for us in the North Platte area, but we are still watching those areas of storms moving in from the west, and certainly we could see a little bit of rain here before the day is up. Right now, looking at a couple areas of storms further off to the south. Severe storms as you head off towards the Panhandle there. Cheyenne County currently under a severe thunderstorm warning that will last for another half an hour or so. Looking at nickel-sized hail as well as some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible with that storm there. That all will continue to push towards us here as we head through the rest of the overnight hours. I think we'll see things staying dry here over really the next 2, maybe even 3 hours in North Platte, though, before things really start to ramp up early in our Saturday morning time frame. So here's how things really pan out for us here. That stationary front kind of draped across the Rockies right now. Not going to budge a whole lot here as we head through the weekend. Going to look at storms chances really sticking around with us over the overnight hours into our Saturday on and off chances continuing with us there. And then even into the overnight hours Saturday into Sunday, maybe some lingering showers possibly still around Sunday morning. Overall daytime Sunday I think will be a little bit better as the stationary front continues to kind of wobble over us, but looking like a little bit warmer there Sunday, actually making it back into the 80s for most of us, but then more chances for storms coming into play late in the day on Sunday. So really an unsettled pattern continuing with us here with that stationary front in place and a couple different waves aloft moving through. Here's how things pan out on our in-house model. The line of storms that we've got over in the Panhandle right now, again, that will continue to push east here as we head through the next couple of hours, but it's going to be relatively slow moving. Here we are, 1 a.m., still things mainly situated off towards the Panhandle, seeing a little bit of activity pushing into southwestern Nebraska, and then that all continues to make its way towards North Platte. Here we are early Saturday morning, seeing things into our area, still hanging around at that point. I think it's going to be really 2, 3 a.m. before we see stuff starting in the North Platte area here tonight, then lingering throughout the early morning hours of our Saturday, starting to move out by Saturday evening, but just in time for another round of showers and storms to fire up further off to the south. Again, lots of different boundaries and ways aloft in play here that things are going to be firing off of over the next couple of days. Later in the overnight hours Saturday, maybe getting a bit of a break, but still possibility for some lingering showers early in the morning on Sunday before we start to see a little bit of sunshine to help us dry out there through the afternoon hours to wrap up our weekend. Now back to tonight's storms, we do have a potential for some of that very heavy rainfall. We're looking at maybe up to 3, even 4 inches of rain in some spots. So with that, we do have our excessive rainfall outlook, kind of like the SPC outlook, but for flash flooding. So that potential certainly there for southwestern Nebraska here. With that, we do have a flash flood watch in place for much of greater Nebraska into central Nebraska through Saturday afternoon. Like I said, 3, even 4 inches of rain possible. So make sure if you do come across those flooded roadways as we head through the overnight hours through the day tomorrow, that you always turn around, don't drown. It only takes a foot of water to carry away a small car. Right now, things are fairly quiet for us in the North Platte area. 69 degrees, feeling like 69 as well because those dew points are a little bit more comfortable for us. Certainly still noticeable though and feeling a bit on the humid side. Temperatures elsewhere right around that 70-degree mark and dew points for everyone really those low to middle 60s. Winds have calmed down quite a bit from where they were earlier. I'd say fairly moderate for us at this point. Should stay that way aside from those gusty winds we'll see with thunderstorms tonight. Lows dip down into the middle 60s, and then through the day tomorrow we'll warm up into the 70s across the area for us. Looking for right about 75 in North Platte tomorrow. Upper 70s further to the south certainly possible. Sunday looking a little bit warmer there in the low 80s before we see those 70s coming right back into play as we head through much of next week, but looking like a rather unsettled weekend on the way. Certainly want to keep that umbrella handy. Melanie.
All right, thanks so much, Jan.